Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to another day of the video diary. And how are you? I, personally, am in a relatively good mood. I'm not sure what kind of mood I'm in. I'm kind of like in just a meh kind of mood, just plowing on. I woke up this morning around 10 o'clock because my alarms failed me. Either that or I got up in the middle of the night and turned them off, because I have a thing about doing that. I just turn it off. I definitely remember it was on before I went to sleep, but it's off when I woke up in the morning. Bizarre. So what's gone on so far today is basically I got dragged out to shopping because we were going to get it delivered, but then these two muppets didn't realise that they hadn't actually selected a delivery date, so they're sat inside waiting for the shopping to come, and they ring them up and says, you haven't actually placed an order. Weirdos. Absolute morons they are. Bless the little hearts. So I got dragged out shopping. I took my computing flashcards with me to revise some computing while I was there, and it's like the things I'm revising now are computing and physics, and it's very difficult for me to revise things like computing and physics. If you can hear the radio from upstairs, that's how loud I like it. I like it loud. I like my sound, I do. We spend a lot of money on our speakers, and I have, well, I didn't spend money on them, I stole them, I scavenged them from around the house. But I like a lot of speakers, I like loud sounds. But what was I talking about? Yes, the thingy. Yeah, I completely, like maths is very easy to revise. You just do question, done. But there's only a limited amount of questions for especially computing and physics. And it's all very much memorise this, say that. So I'm not very good at that kind of crap, to be honest with you. I'm not very good at remembering things. I'm good at learning things, which is why I say I'm good at maths, because I learn maths. But it's very much remembering things in computing, which is really annoying, because I know it all, I've learnt it all, but if I went in and said that what I've learnt in the exam, then I don't get any marks. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, so I took down my computer revision cards, trying to remember things from my revision stuff, and kind of, yeah, lol. And then I realised, because I walked into the store that I work in when we went shopping, and I realised just how bright I looked, just in bright green and bright red trousers. Oh dear. Elsewise, we came back here and I am now pottering my way through physics revision. I think physics is relatively easy. Once you've come off maths, I believe this year's physics is a lot easier than last year's. Either that or like a hell of a lot better. Because it's literally mind-numbingly easy. Like section A, I bet you that a GCSE student could just walk up and just do that bit of section A. But they wouldn't be able to do last year's tests. But this year's tests are just, hey, lol. I'm not complaining, like, it's just an observation, to be honest. So yeah, I'm pottering my way through one of those exams. I'm going to do a computing revision after that, and then I'm going to do one last physics paper before packing in for the night, since it is tomorrow, the physics paper is. It's a 2-hour long paper, and it's tomorrow. It's Unit 2, but it comes before Unit 1. It seems to be a trend that's occurring during the exams, since D2 came before D1. That's weird people over at OCR they are. But I'm trying to move around more, because I used to just like sit at the desk and just work all day. And it's really not good for you, so you've got to like move around and do stuff, and every now and again go out for a walk and stuff like that. So it's always good for you, which is why I went shopping with those two earlier. Just to get out of the house, just to have a break from the desk and revising and stuff. The only downside to this is that when I'm revising, I lose like a hell of a lot of weight, because I just don't eat during the day. I'm just like, I always fancy, I either like put on loads of weight one day, because I just go, oh, let's have chocolate, and just like scoff the Easter eggs that we still haven't eaten yet. Or just sit there in like a non-hungry kind of way, just like, oh, I'm not really hungry. But I then drink a mother ton of tea. And the amount of tea that I've drunk today, Jesus Christ. I just drink loads of fluids. I know it's good for you, but there's going to be like a certain time when my cells just burst from like overwatered. That actually happens. I've forgotten what the term is. Anyway, I'm gonna go back now. Oop, one paper down of the physics variety. It was 86% on sections A and B. I can't practice section C because it's on a pre-release article. We're given like a document about an experiment, and then we have to answer questions on it. And obviously all the past papers have different thingy documents, and then we don't have those documents. So I can't practice section C, but I can read that, so I've read that, and I've got 86%. Yay! Half of those drop marks are, to be honest, down to me not being able to read the in question, so they were RTFQ mistakes, apart from a brief glitch in my knowledge about the risk of radiation, and also something to do with it. They're just being picky on some questions, because they're picky people. But got 86%, as soon as you convert that into UMS, should theoretically be at the very least an A, if not just within the range of being an A star, which is good because it'll be good if I can get an A star in physics, because it's not beyond my. I don't just get it when people say, and Lovely does this, a lot of people do this. They say, "Oh, I'm only aiming for an A." Why? You can aim for an A star as long as it doesn't like hamper any of your other subjects. Then aim for the A star. You may as well. You may as well aim for the 90% instead of 80%. So yeah, I don't get it. So I'm now going to take a quick break before doing a computing paper of my choice, because I can't decide what computing paper I'm going to do yet. So, what do my breaks consist of? Well, as you wonder, how do I keep up this daily vlogging business, eh? Because I write descriptions for them and edit them in my breaks. How sad is that? My break is sat right in a description. It's not much of a break, to be honest. Right then, since that is that done, I am still not really in the mood for computing. And it's pointless revising when you're not in the mood for it, because you're just going to get annoyed and frustrated and then it's not going to go in. So, I'm going to take this opportunity with an empty house to put the surround sound on and play a bit of freaking Max Payne. Oh yeah. Just broke onto disc 2 of Max Payne now. It's brilliant. If you buy Max Payne. It is a game and a freaking half. Just hit disc 2, so I suppose that's a good place to break. And go back to doing some more work. Oh, can't be bothered. Well, at least these vlogs have gotten good, eh, since revision and stuff. That's the one good thing that's the point. These vlogs, right, in my opinion, are the worst they've ever been. Because literally all I do is wake up, revise, lol. But then, like, the video, like, a couple of days ago has, like, risen to one of my most viewed. It's in, like, my top 10 most viewed. Got, like, 111 views, which is massive for this channel. Massive. It's massive for my other channel. Half the interesting one of the weeks don't have that much. That's insane. That's insanity. And I've no idea why, because to me these videos aren't very interesting, like at all anymore. Like now, look, what's happening today? Bugger all. Bugger all. But hopefully, as soon as after the exams have ended, everything will get more interesting once again, because we'll be going on holiday. I'll be daily vlogging on holiday. It'll be amazing, me and Lovely on holiday, daily vlogging, eh? And then I've got no school or college for ages, so I'm going to be able to film loads of things for the main channel. That will then invoke good things for this channel. I'll be using other people for videos on the main channel, which means I'll be able to introduce you to them on this channel. When we go to the cinema, I'll be able to take you. Yes, because people know about this now. Loads of people. Everyone on Twitter kind of knows about it, lol. So, win. Yes. Can't wait. Just got to deal with the boredom for now, though. Boredom? Talking about people knowing about things, hey, that was ironic. Or not in any way, shape or form ironic, merely coincidental. I'd completely forgotten I said that. Anyway, briefly, I'll come back to it. Just after I said goodbye to you, I did a bit of physics. I did enough physics, got to a point where I was like, I really can't be bothered to do this anymore. Stopped again, because there's no point pushing yourself further than you should, especially the night before the exam, which today is the night before the exam. If you push yourself further than you want to go, then you're going to start questioning things that you previously knew, and then you're going to start forgetting things, and then you'll panic, and then bang, that's it, you're over. So, a little tip from me, don't do that, it's not very good for you. So, I came downstairs, and I literally just sat on the computer for the past however long, because Father was watching Formula 1 and stuff, so I couldn't be bothered to play Xbox upstairs, so I just sat downstairs playing on the computer, and I went back through some of my old videos and watched some of those. There's like, every now and again I had to go back and either pick like a random video and watch it, or go back to like a big video like my 18th birthday, which is the one I watched today, and just watch it and sit through it all. And then that reminds me as to why I do this, and I do this for, and I was telling Chris just today, I do this because I want to remember my life, but not only do I want to remember my life, I want this to make my life more interesting. I don't want to just shuffle off at the end of my life having not done anything or not done much, gone to university, got this, got a job, boring. When I film myself every single day, when I have to sit back and watch through these videos and write a description for them and write tags and write video titles, there's only so many videos you can have where you are just sat there, you know, when you said in the video, oh, I played Minecraft today, lol. There's only so many videos of those that you can make before you go, right, this is boring, let's do something interesting. Hence the space mission. The space mission came through this, through wanting to do something interesting for this video, for you, the watcher, for myself later when I come back and watch them. I think the space mission is the only one since I stopped making videos for the main channel. That's basically where all the ideas stopped. But every day I kind of go, alright, what should I do today? Let's do something interesting for the video, since I've had really boring videos recently. And then I henceforth make more memories. And while I'm not making an impact on the world, which is what me and Chris were talking about, while we both strive to make impacts in some way, shape or form, he is focusing on the world, I focus on myself. I'd much rather make an impact on myself or people in my life than I would like externally to like the entire world. This is good for me because I take up new hobbies and I change as a person, and then I can watch myself change as a person, and I think that's interesting, and I'm doing stuff. Yeah, but essentially this kit all came about because me and Thea were talking about not wasting our lives and what have you, and oh, look at a cute little picture of the cats, they're hugging, oh. But yeah, me and Chris were talking mainly about maths and things, and then suddenly, because it's Chris and you never know where the conversation's going with Chris, you're like a ball of like, just bang, there, you never thought about that, he's just, don't know what his brain's doing half the time. And he just said something along the lines of like, I don't want to like I sit through life not doing anything interesting, blah 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 blah. And then I kind of, as soon as that happened, I thought, ooh, here's an opportunity here. Let's introduce the videos to someone, because obviously I've been trying to introduce these videos to a lot of people for a very long time now and never really found the opportunity or never really succeeded, and that was the first time I've been like, bang, there's an idea. So I shamelessly heavily manipulated the conversation to an extent where I was like, well, what you need to do is you need like a hobby. Like when I set up my hobby ages ago, it's done loads for me. I've started doing more interesting things and I'm a lot more confident as a person now, and it's like, oh, well, what's your hobby? It was just, well, what if I told you that over the past 315 days, I've documented my life, and because of that, bringing it back to the normal conversation, I've been able to have an interesting life and blah 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 blah. And then I sent him a video and he commended me on it actually. So there was no like awkward like, oh, why did you do that? Unless he probably thought it to himself. But there was no like awkward, oh, why are you doing this? Blah 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 blah. He goes, oh, that's quite cool actually. I think so. But yeah, I do believe that these videos do relatively, anyway, these couple of weeks now are a little bit anomalous because of exams and having literally no free time at all to do anything other than revise. But apart from these 3 weeks, I do strive to make myself interesting, to do interesting things every now and again. Just, right, we've had boring videos, let's go out and do something. And I think that kind of mentality helps people, I believe, when they just feel like they're doing the same thing over and over again. Do something like this. That's my tip. Do something like this and you will do more interesting things. Anyway, I don't really have time to talk about stuff like this. Lol. I have an exam in about 12 hours time. Yep, literally in about 12 hours time I'll be leaving this house. With it being this time in the morning and all. And my god, this video's gone on quite a long time. I'm sorry about that again. Don't know why. Yes, tomorrow is Physics Module 2, Field and Particle Pictures, which is going to be jolly good fun, I do believe. But because of that, I'm going to go to bed. I was going to go to bed a lot earlier, but then father stayed up ridiculously late and I had to say goodbye to you, and I wanted to talk to you about the conversation I had with Chris. So, yes, that's all for today's video. Tomorrow is the exam, and then revising for computing the day after. Yay! Woo! The morning I'll do something fun, because you can't revise before an exam for that exam, and you definitely can't revise for another exam before you sit an actual exam. So I'll probably wake up and, I don't know, anything to find out. Just come back tomorrow. I'll catch you later.